Clean and simple is a technique that I don't use very often, but I really don't know why. All you need is a stamp set or sets, ink, and cardstock. If you like what you make the first time, you can make a lot more in a very short period of time and tuck those cards away for the special occasions that you have during the year. Today I'm going to show you a Bamboo Beauty clean and simple card idea. And I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful, colorful background using another technique. I would love to show you how. If this is the first time that you're visiting my channel, I'm Terri from nutsAboutStamping.com. I love sharing techniques and project ideas for rubber stamping, paper crafting, and scrapbooking with you each week. Be sure to hit that red subscribe button and the bell beside it so that you'll be the first to be notified when my next video goes live. Be sure to watch all the way through my video for my bonus tips and design ideas. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator yet, I would love for you to choose me. I'll link to my online stores in the description box under this video. Now, let's get going on this beautiful card idea. I love all things Asian. I think it's the peaceful, tranquil feeling that I get from Asian design because of its clean and simple lines, and the fact that Asian design uses organic materials like bamboo and wood with a touch of greenery from plants. The brush stroke style of the Bamboo Beauty stamp set helps you create a serene looking card. The bamboo images in this set are perfectly sized for card making. You can either stamp the branches in a random pattern for a minimal look, or you can combine the bamboo and branch images together to create a bamboo forest. That's kind of what we're going to do on today's card. The authentic kanji symbol translates to friendship, so this stamp set is perfect for gender-neutral friendship cards. When you're thinking about creating an Asian style card at home, what you want to do is try to achieve an overall effect that is very peaceful and calming. And you can do that through your ink pad choices. So for today's card, I'm going to use soft succulent and pale papaya with a touch of evening evergreen. So I think these colors combined together will help me achieve that peaceful and calming effect on my card. So let's get started on it. My card base is going to be basic white. I've cut it just a traditional card size, and it's going to be a portrait layout. And then to add to that, I'm going to create a layer of basic white. So I think the other thing about this sort of Asian design or calm and serene look is to consider creating cards that are white on white. But we're going to add some beautiful color to this layer next. To help me apply the color to my card layer, I'm going to use a sponge. Now, Stampin' Up! Used to sell these sponges years ago, and we don't sell them anymore. However, you can check out your local craft store for these synthetic silk sponges. You can get a pack of them, usually 8 or 10 to a pack, and they're really inexpensive. And I have a tip for you. When you have these kinds of sponges at home, use your crafting scissors and cut them into sort of wedges. You can get maybe 6 wedges from a single sponge and dedicate each wedge to a certain color family. For example, I've got a wedge here that I'm going to use for the soft succulent, and I have a wedge here that I'm going to use for pale papaya. You can't clean these sponges after you use them because they'll just disintegrate. So that's why I say dedicate to a certain color family. Keep them in a bag in your craft closet and pull them out when you want to try this technique. So I'm going to start off by adding pale papaya to my layer. So I am just going to dab this color all over the layer first. And then I'm going to add touches of the soft succulent next. So you can use a circular motion or You can use just sort of the shape of the wedge. It really depends on the look that you're trying to achieve. I'm gonna go for a circular motion because I want my layer to be more muted, again, to match this Asian theme that I'm trying to create. So you can add as much or as little ink as you want. And then when you're satisfied, then you're going to add your next color. So let me just show you. You can see that I've got some kind of wedge shapes here, which is fine. I mean, I think it's your artistic taste for creating the kind of background that you want. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is add the soft succulent. So I'm going to ink up my sponge, and then I'm going to use that same circular technique and apply the ink. Again, you can do it as dark or as light as you want. It's up to you and your taste. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. See how quick and easy it is to create a card background? Now let's do some stamping. So what I've decided to do is take one of the bamboo stalks from the Bamboo Beauty stamp set and both of the branches, images, and then a phrase, but we'll get to the phrase in a minute. And I want to ink and stamp down these images using my Evening Evergreen ink. So when you have a stamp that's this large, I think it's easier, because it's larger than my ink pad, I'm going to just turn this stamp face up and I'm going to apply my ink this way. Tap it down, and then I am going to stamp it down like so. And then, oh, I think that's so pretty. And then I'm going to ink it again, and I'm going to stamp it a second time. And this time, I think what I want to do is just cross it over the first image, like so. Now I'm going to add one of my branches, I think on either side, like so. And then the smaller branch underneath. Like that. And then for the phrase, I chose from the same stamp set, it's in the Bamboo Beauty stamp set, a true friend is one that holds your hand and touches your heart. I think that's such a beautiful phrase. I'm going to ink it up and I'm going to stamp it down here. Perfect. Now, I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to add it to my card base. Now, when adding this to my card base, I could just adhere it flat and then it would be done. But I think what I'd like to do is use some Stampin' Dimensionals and pop it up a little bit, just to give it a little bit of visual interest. I think that clean and simple cards are so simple in design that sometimes it's nice to add just a touch of visual interest. I don't know, it's my taste, I guess. I like to have things bumped up a little bit. So I'm going to just put 4 Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this layer and then pop it up a little bit, which I think adds just a lovely detail. And so now it's time to talk about embellishments. Now, personally, I think this card is beautiful just as it is, and it doesn't really need any embellishments. But as you know, if you've been watching my videos for a few months, one of my New Year's resolutions is to use up the embellishments I have so that when the next catalog comes out, I don't feel guilty in buying more embellishments that I know I'm not using. So I have these faux sea glass shapes, And at first I was thinking of adding the green ones, but I actually think I'm going to add the yellow ones because I really want my bamboo to be the standout feature on the card, not the embellishment. So I'm just going to add 3 of these little embellishments. They're barely visible, but I think when they are seen, they will be appreciated by the person who's going to get this card. If you would like to learn another clean and simple card idea, why don't you watch this video next? And if you would like to see more clean and simple card ideas, I invite you to just simply type yes in the description box under this video. If you would like a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the measurements for the layers, so easy, and the product numbers in case you would like to order the Bamboo Beauty stamp set from me at my online store, I will link to my blog article in the description box under this video. You can click on that link, head over to my blog, and you will get a complete listing of everything you need to make this card at home. I'm Terri. I'm nuts about stamping. I'll see you at the next video. Bye for now.